We're here at 6,035 feet with Andy Potts and Infinit.
Yodel doodle.
We got 15 questions from your biggest fans.
Okay, let's hit me.
You ready?
Yep.
Number one, do you carry your run mix with you during the race? And if so, how concentrated is it? What's your nutrition strategy?
Sure. So, Kona in the Ironman World Championships, we have a little bit different run strategy with the way that we fuel as professionals. In Kona, it's the only Ironman that happens. We have a pro fluid station, and there's 6 of them throughout the marathon. Similar to how the major marathons are conducted with professionals getting able to place their own bottles. So I'm able to get my own Infinit solution at 6 times, 6 different little, I'll have flasks ready for me at the pro fluid stations. If it's outside the Ironman World Championships, I will carry a belt with my own fuel, and then I will resupply myself at special needs.
All right. Do you change your custom blend at all for Kona?
So the only difference that I have with my custom blend and race blend for Kona is I've added caffeine, and nothing else has changes. The osmosality of the blend stays the same, the flavoring stays the same, and the calorie input stays the same. So I try to add a big calorie boost or a big energy boost with caffeine. And the kicker to that one is that I don't drink coffee or soda or anything else that has caffeine. I have chocolate sometimes at night, but it's pretty minimal on the caffeine take. So when I take it during a race, it really works.
I saw you eating Snickers yesterday.
Yeah, right. I don't eat Snickers.
All right. Okay, so about races, you got Kona coming up.
Yep.
But what race is your favorite, and what race do you really want to do?
Yeah, so favorite race is Escape from Alcatraz, and personal attachment to anything is usually associated with some sort of success. So I've found that where I've had success prior and really positive experiences, I attribute a little bit more to personal happiness. And for me, that's Alcatraz. And as for what's out there for me to do, there are a few races in Europe that I'd like to hit up, just because of they have this kind of this epic aura to them. And some of the extreme races actually out there are very intriguing to me because there's an unknown, and that's kind of what I've tapped into as a competitor, is what I want to find out what I don't know and what else is inside of me that I can get out, and sometimes you need to go to the extreme to get there.
All right, Steve from Wichita, Kansas wants to know, how many calories do you take in typically during an Ironman bike versus the run?
Yeah, so good question, Steve. I've kind of worked it out to about a little over 300 calories an hour on the bike and a little bit less on the run. So right now it's like 325 calories, and I'm weighing about 175 pounds, 170 to 175. And I need about 325 with a little bit of protein, 3 grams of protein on the bike. For the run, I eliminate the protein because sometimes when you have protein, it adds to a little bit of GI distress. And I have about 290 calories an hour on the run.
This question looks like it might have came from our friends over at Rest.
Okay.
Beds. Maybe not. How crucial is good sleep all year, but especially a couple days prior to a race?
You know, the night before a race, people kind of get real nervous about their sleep. And I like to say that it's the night before, it's 2 nights out that you want a quality night's rest. But it's like training, and the way I view sleep is exactly the way I view recovery and training. It has to do with a cumulative effect and a daily deposit. So you want quality sleep on a regular basis that will give you quality of performance and quality of attitude, and it'll help you get out the best of yourself on a regular basis. So yeah, I think the daily recommended amount of 6 to 8 hours is not quite enough if you want peak performance from your body. I would aim for the 8 to 12 hour range, 8 on the very low end, and maybe you can crack 10. and then you get to be the world-class sleeper, like 11 to 12 hours.
So, similar vein then.
Yep.
You've been around for a bit. What's your secret to being so old and good, or longevity?
Right. So, the secret to longevity for me is, I think it boils down to passion, how much you want out of what you're putting into it. And I think it has to do with finding enjoyment in what you're doing, and seeking new heights for yourself. So maybe I am not the fastest miler I once was, but I'm faster at 26.2 miles. So sometimes you need to go to a little bit greater length or greater extreme to find a new peak level of yourself. So I've been able to reach new levels for myself, and that's always exciting.
All right, so we know you like to swim, bike, and run.
Yep.
What do you like to do outside of triathlon?
Yeah, I do have a life outside of triathlon. I've got kids, love watching them. They're into sports, so I love watching them compete. And I don't have a ton of downtime, but I love to read. I love a good mystery novel. Right now I'm actually into Harlan Coben books. Yeah, they're phenomenal. And yeah, I love hanging out with my wife because she's awesome.
I thought I saw you reading on your last flight The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. Is that the case?
Yeah, not reading The Notebook. I'm not gonna, not gonna dog out Nicholas Sparks. Obviously, he's popular for a reason.
All right.
But Harlan Coben's my new guy.
All right.
Behind Lee Child. Lee Child really writes it up. Yeah.
Jack Reacher. All right, so a lot of people have a lot of issues going from bike to run,
Yes.
and their nutrition issues and GI issues.
Uh-huh.
Got any recommendations for them?
I do. Now, if you have the mental wherewithal to change your blend, so for me, what I've been really manipulating and working with is in training, my last bottle, I actually have a different cap on the water bottle, and it's my run blend. So if I'm out for a 4-hour bike ride, 1 bottle an hour, I have 4 bottles with me, and I have 3 that are my bike blend, and my last one is my run blend. So as I start to metabolize the protein from the first 3 bottles, the last hour I'm consuming the bottle that doesn't have protein, and my gut and the GI has started to settle, and there's not a lot of stress with it. So I'm gonna try to implement that in Kona, is have my last bottle be my run bottle and get my tummy ready to run, because there's just a little bit more jostling and more movement when you're running, and it's weight supported. So that's probably the biggest difference, is you're going from a weight supported activity such as cycling, and you're supporting your own weight, which can add to some GI distress, and you're going from a seated position to a standing position. So I would start to look at maybe taking some protein out on the last bottle, eliminate protein, and hopefully it'll settle your tummy down.
All right, this question's from Stacy in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Okay.
And I think this one's gonna be near and dear to your heart. You're gonna get excited.
Okay.
Besides swimming, biking, and running, what's your favorite type of training?
So, as triathletes, you tend to associate more with swimming, biking, or running, and you kind of have an identity, with a little bit stronger self-identity within one of the 3 disciplines. And after a good swim or a good bike or a good run, you really feel good about yourself, and you're like, yeah, that was quality, super great session. For me lately, it's been lifting. I really enjoy lifting, exploring. I didn't grow up lifting a ton of weight, and I'm really starting to have some really big strength gains in the weight room, learning new lifts and how to get stronger, how to apply the right technique, and get what bodybuilders call a good pump. Love getting a good pump. So I lift 3 times a week, and man, it makes me feel good. Thanks, Stacy.
All right, so this is for all the skeptics out there. We
Yeah.
know you're sponsored by Infinit,
Yeah.
but why did you choose Infinit? Like, did you choose them, and what like, do you really only use their liquid nutrition?
Yeah. So, rule number one when it comes to me is I will not endorse or get behind any company that I don't use. So, big on authenticity, and for years I've tried different products, different things out there, and I'm kind of kicking myself because it took me 15 years to find and welcome Infinit, but I've never felt better on a daily basis, and I've never gotten more on a cumulative basis, more amount of work in a single amount of time than with Infinit. And that is because I'm fueling properly. It's not just hydrating, it's fueling. It's the type of calories that you're putting in and then how your body absorbs it. So some of you guys are out there are like heavy sweaters or heavy salty sweaters. We can change that for you at Infinit. And I truly believe in it. It works for me. I found my true potential with it, and that's probably why into my 40s I'm getting faster, is because I have better mental engagement and better physical cooperation, because every time I ask more from myself, I've been fueled properly and can deliver.
Awesome.
Yeah.
A couple quick ones.
Okay.
How many calories are in your run and bike blend?
So Run Blend 326. Oh, sorry. Pause. Retract. Run Blend 291 calories. Bike Blend 326 calories.
All right. So other people you can get your blend, right?
Absolutely. My blends are available to everyone at infinitnutrition.com.
All right. So if they use their blend, why aren't they as fast as you?
Great question. My blend will give you the most of yourself in terms of what your body can deliver for you. If you had my lungs and legs, then maybe you'd be able to run as fast.
Couldn't they also get your coaching?
Yes, they can. AndyPottsRacing.com. We can help coach you up and get you to reach your goals.
All right. Last question. This is a big one. Can I become a Blender Brother?
Ooh, Blender Brothers! You know, we have a devout following out there with Blender Brothers. If you want to become a Blender Brother, all you got to do is mix up a concoction, send us the recipe. Maybe we'll put it together for you, but you're part of the team if you blend.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate your time.
Yodel dodel, ride the wave, surfs up, ready for Kona.